If you ship Katsuki Bakugo and Midoriya Izuku from My Hero Academia and looking for manga with similar vibes, this video is for you. My Hero Academia is very popular among Japanese fujoshi and outside Japan too. There are a lot of fanfiction with these characters and a lot of doujinshi. I read a lot of Japanese doujinshi with Bakudeku and Dekubaku, and I've noticed they all have 5 tropes and topics: childhood friends, domestic relationships, enemies or rivals to lovers, delinquents, fights, and codependency. So I picked up 5 original boys' love titles that have at least one of those tropes. That's why it's not 100% representing Bakudeku, but it still have similar vibes and themes that these ships fans like to explore in their fanworks. If there are any other tropes that you often enjoy in Bakudeku fanworks, please share them in comments. I will gladly look for more original BL that have tropes that you noticed in these fanworks. Let's Eat Together, Aki and Haru by Taji Makoto. Domestic life is very popular in Bakudeku fanfiction, probably because Bakugo in canon is really good at cooking and chores, and people want to imagine how nice and wholesome his life with Deku would be. So that's why I think you all have to read Let's Eat Together, Aki and Haru, because it's a story about 2 friends who starting to being friends in school, and then they moved in together when they became college students, and they separated their chores. Aki, the blondie guy, he cooks, and Haru, he cleans, and they have a very nice domestic life. It's not perfect, sometimes they have quarrels, sometimes they disagree on things, sometimes Aki creates too much mess, so Haru is angry, but every page of this manga is so beautiful, and they also share a lot of recipes that you actually can try at home. They also have codependency because they are always together, and even the people in universe ship them because they are very direct about how they feel and need each other, though it will take them sometimes to understand that they have romantic feelings for each other. So it's also a story if you like slow burn. And if you're in a mood to watch drama, there are 2 movies which are mostly recipes. So if you are hungry, it will be hard to watch these movies, but if you are in mood to find some new recipes you can easily cook at home, definitely not only read the manga, but also watch dramas. Anti-Romance by Hidaka Shoko. Bakudeku fans like to explore the topic of childhood friends yearning when they are so close, but they are afraid to make another step for their relationship because they are afraid to lose their friendship. If you like things like that, you definitely need to read Anti-Romance. It's a story of Kakitani Ryo and So Hiroki. They've been living together for 7 years and they are childhood friends. Ryo, he's for sure knows that he loves Hiroki, but he is afraid to express his feelings directly. So both of them provoke each other all the time. They kind of trying to hint that there is more to them just being childhood friends, yet they both are really afraid to embrace this feeling. It's a slow burn romance, it has 2 volumes and it's finished. If you like reversible couples, you would also enjoy this story. They don't have fixed top or bottom position. If you like childhood yearning in Bakudeku, I think you will also like it in Anti-Romance by Hidaka Shoka. Semantic Error by Ji Suri and Angji. In earlier seasons of My Hero Academia, Bakugo was doing everything to piss Deku off. He was always trying to rage bait him, and fanfic creators or like fanworks creators like to write stories that Bakugo was doing that to attract Deku's attention and to make him fall in love with him. So if you're into stories like that, you definitely need to read Semantic Error, because main couple Jae and Sanwoo is literally in this scenario, because Jae is a very popular student, he's loved by everyone, and Sanwoo unintentionally messed up Jae's graduation. Jae tried to at first talk properly with Sanwoo to ask him why did he do that, but Sanwoo just didn't care about him. It made Jae so angry because everyone usually loves him. So that's why Jae decided to become a literal red flag to piss Sanwoo off all the time. Because Sanwoo told him that red is his least favorite color. So Jae was wearing everything red around him. He was messing up with Sanwoo's schedule. He was taking his favorite spot in the class. He was buying all coffee that Sanwoo was drinking. So he was doing everything Sanwoo hated the most. In his head, it was the only way to make Sanwoo thinking about him at all. And this actually worked, because Jae actually wanted to be friends at first with Sanwoo, but it's so hard. So while they were doing all this crazy love-hate things, as a result of the story, fell in love. Definitely recommend reading it. The manhwa is fully translated. There is print edition and there is also Korean drama. Megumi to Tsugumi by Mitsuru Si. It's time for more spicy recommendations, and let's start with Omegaverse. Bakudeku has a lot of Omegaverse fanfiction, so it would be not right for me to not recommend at least one work in Omegaverse with similar dynamics that you can see in Bakudeku fanworks. And Megumi to Tsugumi, it's about fights and main couple being delinquents who are always fighting. Megumi is actually a very respected alpha, and he's a very intelligent student at his school, and Tsugumi is a delinquent who is Omega, and when he's in heat, instead of taking suppressants or instead of hiding, he does the opposite. He go outside and get in fights. And that's how these characters met each other. They met each other in a fight. And they will keep fighting and rage baiting each other throughout the whole work. And slowly their relationship are getting softer and more wholesome. So it's also a very nice dynamic. And this is something you also can see in Bakudeku fanworks. Simplified Perverted Romance by Semori Nanako. I think one of the reasons why people like Bakugo and Deku relationships so much, because they started very toxic and abusive, but through all the changes and developments and challenges, they developed to absolute acceptance of each other. And also, both of them are freaks, so it's freak-to-freak relationships. Yuki Kashima, the Uke character, he's a masochist and he likes when someone beats him. At first, he tried to join sports club and tried to get injured there, and he noticed that his classmate Ryoji Sanada, a perfect guy in the class, like he has good grades, he has a lot of friends, everyone loves him. Ryoji started to be annoyed when he noticed new bruises or swellings on Yuki's face. So Yuki thought that maybe Ryoji just wants also to beat him, and he tried to start a fight with him, but Ryoji is also a freak and he also has a fetish, and his fetish is Yuki's face. As a result, Yuki decided to blackmail Ryoji. He wanted Ryoji to be with him. So if Ryoji declines doing that, Yuki goes to another fight and injures himself and his face. So again, these are two freaks. The beginning of their relationship is very toxic. This manga has 7 volumes and it's finished. Throughout these 7 volumes, they went through so many changes and it became so wholesome. Their love actually is so pure, and it's so nice to read such relationship development. So that's why if you like tropes like that, if you like complex relationships that started as something toxic but became something pure and wholesome, you definitely need to read this manga. The BL industry in Japan market is about 30 billion yen annually, and 10 billion yen from these are fanworks, self-published, original, or fan doujinshi. So a lot of fans keep doing works, and then after they join a circle and draw doujinshi, a lot of them become original boys love mangaka, so maybe that's why sometimes you can notice things you like in fan works in original mangaka. And in this video I decided, to go other way around. I decided to show you that you can also find something you enjoy in your fandom in original works. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. I make videos about Japan, anime, manga, boys love, and my life in general. I'm already working on my next video, so see you in the next one!